Welcome to the StockMatter.com studios here in the Black Hills of South Dakota. I'm your StockMatter Brian Johnson, making professional trading simple. And as I tell my subscribers, lather, rinse, repeat. Same old, same old. Uh, Move down, move up. It's all the same stuff over and over and over again. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. Slow move up, pull back. Slow move up, pull back. Slow move up, pull back. And now get ready for another slow move up. This could be where the Dow finally does reach and touch its highs. If we go to the daily, you can see here that would be right at this point, right up here, around the 10, 7, 30-ish area. And as we have seen in the past, we did have a little bit of a break outside of this trend line here today, but did not close there. You can see they brought it right back up again, and now we're looks like another move up, high base, move up, high base, move up, little high base here, maybe. Consider it a high base? Yeah, consider it a high base. Now another little push up here. So this could be where we see the Dow maybe stretch itself up, maybe touch this, retreat from there, put in some sort of a shooting star or something like that by the end of one of these days. Maybe not tomorrow, but one of these days. However, as I spoke about in the weekend video, Monday, still good to the markets. The Nasdaq was down today, and if that's any leading indicator, we should start to see the other indices do the exact same thing this week. But as of today, the Dow and the S&P once again just barely up. It's flat for the most part, but still making progress to the upside. So we remain neutral to bullish in the very, very short term. Once again, don't recommend you hold long overnight. I would just be in and out. You're getting plenty of opportunities to buy in either A, at the same level that you got out the day before, or B, at a better level on a small gap down in the morning, right before it runs back up again. So be watching these major levels again closely. Still waiting for a break of one of those more major levels, especially 10,500-ish or so, to give us a sign that maybe it's time to get a little bearish on the market in the shorter term. At least the shorter term, maybe longer term. We don't know yet. A little too early to start talking about that. But creeping up just one step at a time. And once again, Monday was a good day for the markets. It didn't go up, but more importantly, it didn't go down. So a sideways motion is still bullish in this scenario that we're watching. NASDAQ on a 60-minute. Now this one saw a little bit more of a drop. You can see here. Was able to recover, get back above the 20-period moving average on the 60-minute. Could see that thing push right back to the upside again here as well. But on a daily time frame, nothing really to be concerned about here. Not even back to this daily trend line as we're seeing on the Dow, where it's just barely hanging on. The Nasdaq is, clearly above where it was before. So, yes, this did put in some kind of a bearish action today, but it wasn't very lasting. However, would be considered a small pullback here, maybe one more day where we come back down and touch the 1900 area on the NDX. If that happens and it holds, look out above. Could still see some more upwards action to this market if that 1900 area holds. From a weekly standpoint, way too early. Still Monday. We won't worry about that yet. SPX on a 60-minute. Doing what the other indices did here. Moving sideways, pushing back up. Now we're just waiting to see if there's any more of a push back up and over this 1153. At this point, based on what we've seen in the past, no reason to think that we can't come back up and retest these levels, if not break these levels to the upside. From a daily standpoint, here it is, retesting that daily, just like we saw on the Dow, and not able to close on it, at it, below it, nothing. Right back up to these overhead resistance areas. Notice that we're still on, below, however you want to look at it, this overhead resistance area. Keep in mind this just looks like a bull pullback. We're still not breaking any of the major levels here. So we have to be bullish, but cautiously bullish in the short term. Once again, would not be holding overnight. SPX on a weekly, once again, it is Monday. Not going to worry about it. VIX on a daily. Did come up ever so slightly, but come on, this isn't really any kind of a move in the VIX to be concerned about. Once again, still showing nothing but fear out of the market. This could take Remember, this is options expiration week, so we could see some volatility definitely slide into the market this week. Maybe we get a big pump up like we saw back here a few weeks back in January. Still very early to tell. But as it stands right now, until we get back up and over this 19 or 20-ish area on the VIX, just really nothing to be concerned about from a bull side. Weekly standpoint, also same. Right below all of these old levels of support that are now acting as resistance. But it is Monday. We'll see where this goes by the end of the week. Could see a retest down here. Could see a break and a retest of this area up here. Very early to tell. But anything can happen. Options expiration week. Apple on a 60-minute down 276 today. So quite a move by Apple, leaving this gap up here now at around the 226 mark. Back below 225, but looks like it's curling around, holding on nicely to the 50-period moving average on the 60-minute chart. Look for this area to hold. Any break below 222 or more importantly 220, those would be decent areas to start maybe dabbling in a intraday short in Apple. Anything back up and above this 225, 226 area, I probably wouldn't start playing this until we got to do highs again up here in the 227.50 area on Apple. Putting in a big candle here, but really no direction as to where we're going quite yet in Apple. Still got a ways to go before we'll know for sure. From a weekly standpoint, still Monday, still very early. So the NASDAQ was down today. Apple was down today. If that turns around and makes any kind of a push upwards, that could really help the NASDAQ numbers and propel this market up one more time. Maybe we see a little bit of a pullback day tomorrow. Maybe some sloppy action tomorrow and again on Wednesday. But once again, I'm very cautious holding long overnight. AFFY on a 60-minute, you can see we're up 23 cents today, but still looking to break this overhead area. Have not been able to do it, but keep your eye on this inverse head and shoulders. Looking for a break above here for an entry. Baidu on a 60-minute, it was up 26 today. Huge move in Baidu. Looking for a look at the large wick. I don't know. I would have to go back to an intraday and see if this is for real, actually. I'm not sure that wick is for real. This might be just a bad tick in stock charts, so I'd have to check that out. Regardless, up for the day, still trying to push itself higher, but definitely running out of steam up here. Had a nice potential reversal candle here. Obviously didn't play out even from the get-go today with the gap up in Baidu. So we'll play this cautiously as we move forward. If this information up here at the top is correct, and we did have a high of 628, this is putting in a very nice shooting star, potential shooting star pattern up here. And any kind of a move down or a gap down tomorrow could make for a good intraday, at least, short entry on Baidu. CVX on a 60-minute, working its way back down, falling right back into support, and starting to move its way back up. This does look like a falling wedge here. That would also get me bullish in the short term on CVX. From a daily standpoint, still holding on to this little pullback area here, really waiting for a break above this 74.50 area, 74.75, somewhere up in there, and then above the $75 level for sure too on any push to the upside. FAS, break even on the day. This one went absolutely nowhere today. You can see it continuing to hold above this support area. This is the area to watch. Any breakdown below 88 could give you an intraday short in this. We might see another day where it does maybe do that, pulls back into the 86 area. You got to be very careful with these. I would certainly only be intraday trading these for the time being. FAZ not breaking anything down here. We talked about maybe up and over 1550. Didn't even get close to that and still have not even broken this channel to the downside. So be watching for that over the next few days. Same thing here. See no break up and over 1550. Just not interested in this right now at all. This is there's nothing bullish down here, and no reason to play it to the bear side quite yet. You're just chasing it at this point. So I'd be very careful with these triple ETFs. All right, that'll do it for today's video. Once again, not a lot of information to give back to you except lather, rinse, repeat. It's up, sideways, up, sideways, up, sideways, up, sideways. It's just stair-stepping its way up. Beautiful, beautiful, actually, stair step on the way up. Very difficult to play. Stick with your stocks if you're looking to trade. If you want to trade the ETFs, try to get in when it breaks to these highs here. Maybe play it for an intraday trade. But once again, certainly wouldn't be holding overnight, especially during an options expiration week. And that's about all. That's it for this week. Wait for more major levels to be broken. Especially keep your eye on the Dow. If it manages to make its way up and retest the highs, that could be a very interesting trading point within the markets themselves. So be watching that going forward. I'll be back with you again tomorrow night. Hopefully we get some real movement to these markets, because this makes for some extremely boring trading. If you're not comfortable with how to trade these markets, I suggest you get yourself a good education or just sit on your hands and save your money.